Good evening, family. I'm here tonight to speak on the seer. The seer is an identity that many of us people of melanin are not aware that we are seers, all by nature. But because we are in a place that tells us to focus on things outside of ourselves, when we lack the insight of self, so we tend to stay on the outer side, keeping us shut down and lost. But if we were to keep quiet and use the mind that we were given, instead of thinking that someone else is protecting us on the outside, someone's watching our six on the outside, that's so far from the truth. It doesn't work like that. Welcome, Chris. It's far from the truth for us. And what I mean by that is I don't want to get on a talk about Ahmad only, because it's more than Ahmad out here getting killed. It's more of us. And we're all shut down to what's going on within us. What is telling us to do something different than what we're doing. And that's protection. That's the true protection, not a Jesus, not a Jesus, not a God outside of us. Those are all pure shutdown tactics to keep us from being in tune with nature. Now this is gonna be short and sweet, but I'm gonna get into more conversation Friday with my guest, Keith Newsom from the Newsom Show, because he has great insight on this very topic. So what I'm speaking on today is it's important, because I keep warning our family of the same thing over and over again. No one hears me, no one listens. But it's important. The most important thing is you. If that's the most important thing, then you need to listen to you. Listen to you. Whatever you do, listen to you. Listen. I know it's hard sometimes, even for me, but I know that when my body tells me something, I have to stop and listen. See, we have to move in the current of nature. We can't move against that current. You see, the society we're in teaches us to move against that current, because quite naturally they do. So I'll get more into that Friday. But I thought it was important that I put out that we all are seers. We all can see things. And I feel like I'm just here to bring that awareness to my people, because who else is focusing on this? This is my main focus, is that we rely on self for information, because the information is within you. You're not alone, and you're not the only one. Evidently, you're getting the information from a higher power, higher energies, which is known as the ancestor, which is known as your DNA, what they call the DNA. Yes, it speaks from wherever you want to say the grave. It speaks loud. But when you're in tune, it's not just that, it's also the weather. You know, you can feel, you can smell, you can sense. And it's important that we recognize these things about ourselves. That way we can move, we can stop moving in the current of the society that is trying to make you not move, not rise with nature, because that's where sickness comes from. We get sick due to our currents moving the opposite direction. We're doing things out of our nature, of our bodies. And our bodies will very well talk to us and speak to us and let us know when those things are out of order before it's too late. But some don't listen. Some do. Some is in tune. Some refuse. Some say, pray over the food and let Jesus take the wheel. Others say, enough is enough. It's too much for me, or it's harming me. I can feel it. So what we have to recognize is common sense prevails over everything. And I feel like the most important thing is that we always listen when we're walking down the road. Like for me, for instance, the thing I used to do put me kind of in harm's way. I say kind of because we know that smiles and people saying your name and people being friendly is really an illusion to the truth, contrary to the truth. So you have to kind of be careful and watch your back, because that could be a way of rearing you in and keeping you doing the same thing over and over again until they are ready to set the trap for you. So I'm just saying, I'm aware of my surroundings. I know when enough's enough. I know when I need to start protecting myself and not going certain places that I think may seem safe at night. But I know when they start speaking to me and saying, you know, you as a female don't need to be out here this time of night doing such things. So you need to stop. It's dangerous. So we should always listen to our bodies, because evidently the very thing that these people destroy over and over again is the body. So it must be powerful in some sort of way that we need to pay attention to. Thank you, Takara. Thank you, Chris. And with that said, join me Friday with my co-host, Ledford, GOD, and keep Newsom as our guest. Thank you, family. Peace, true love, real peace, and the higher self within, the soul. Always remember.